and welcome to Trek This Out podcast. And sorry,
Wow.
I do apologize. I knew it. I knew I'd make that mistake one day.
Right.
Sorry. Hello and welcome to Around the Console podcast. My name is Suki and I'm joined by Cliff, John, and Bob. There's no Craig today. He's out gallivanting up in Glasgow.
He's dead to us now. He's dead to us.
Never Craig.
Not my
Yeah.
darling. No.
Never heard of her.
Not my
No.
darling. We are here to talk all about World Blue Yonder. So I'm going to just go around the console and ask for their initial thoughts on this episode. So let's go with top left-hand corner, which is Cliff.
So I watched it straight after watching the first special because I thought, you know what, I'm going to back them up. That's what I'm going to do. Each Saturday, first, second, third, see how they blend. Wasn't happy at first. And then I got about 15, 20 minutes in. I was like, oh, this is good. This is quite intense. The music was actually really good, complimentary to it. And I enjoyed it. And then I watched it again as well.
Wow.
Oh, fantastic. Bottom left, John.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. I actually, I love the things that they did with Donna, and yeah, she's grown on me now. The whole dynamic has grown on me. The story, it was tight. It was a little bottle episode, and I love those. And it, just two characters in it. It was great. So yeah, all the naysayers can go fuck themselves.
Fuck themselves. That's what Elon Musk said the other day, didn't they?
Yeah, me and Elon like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
Let's hear from a naysayer then. Bob.
Well, why are you saying I'm a naysayer?
Well, I'm just wondering why you thought they should have given it to Moffat as our title about
Because they should have given it to someone that can write this kind of stuff. Nah.
No?
New TARDIS look good. Nice to see Bernard Cribbins. Ugh. Yeah. Fucking hell. So I was gigging and I got in at like 1 in the morning. Obviously, I have to watch Doctor Who so it don't get spoiled for me. First time I can remember, just halfway through, just got on my phone. Just bored. I can see what it's trying to do, but it did not execute. Did not execute for me at all. Yeah, whatever. That's where I'm at.
We like to polarize opinion on Around the Console.
It's kind of like, these are 3 specials, right? First one, whatever, get it, trying to appeal to the masses and the morons. The second one, there's nothing special. This is a filler episode of Doctor Who. Why are you putting it in 3 specials? It's like a shit version of Midnight. It's just, yeah, whatever.
But, okay. Now, the whole thing that's been going on is quite a bit of negativity on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram that I've seen. There has been a lot of positivity, but there has been a lot of, and it's all to do with the fact that there hasn't been anything special about these episodes. Has there been any previously? Have they said anybody said that it was going to be that there was going to be like special things about it? It was just, or was it just going to be like run of the mill episodes? People's expectations just got to the point where they think.
Well, don't call them specials then. Don't call them 60th anniversary specials, which they've been called.
Absolutely understand that, Bob, but like, what a thing to get het up on,
I'm not het up. I'm just like,
No,
why?
you're
I
not.
felt
Of
like
course
wasted my time at 1 o'clock in the morning watching something that was just filler Doctor Who. Basically, just give it to Stephen Moffat. It'd have been awesome, but he didn't. So he just wrote himself, and it's fucking. And also, it's going to be different. It's going to be you're never going to see anything like this in Doctor Who. We've seen you at the end of the universe loads of times. We've seen just trippy shit in the 60s and 70s.
So, all right, the whole concept thing you don't like, but the whole execution of it you don't like. But what about the episode as just treat it as if it is
boring.
Just an episode of Doctor
Boring.
Who. Legitimately?
Really?
How could you say that was legitimately boring? You weren't paying attention, Bob.
I was.
You should watch it again and then tell us that, because I don't think you were paying attention.
Yeah, maybe if you watch it again, you might enjoy it. I watched it again and I really enjoyed it second time.
No, I'll probably watch it again when I get my Blu-ray for Christmas.
Because I did think though, because I watched them like straight after the other, I did find it a little jarring because it was fast-paced camp to the first one, and then this one goes, whoa, slows down. But once you get that, it's old school classic.
I think what
great.
they're doing is they're encapsulating an entire series, Doctor Who, into three episodes. So this is the middle episode. So you've got your starter episode or intro,
Big
frippery.
Bang. Yeah.
Then you've got your middle, which is like this is just an adventure that's entirely encapsulated within itself. Doesn't have to necessarily have the end of the universe. And then next week you're going to get the finale.
Yeah.
Just a little mini 3-season series. That's all it is. I don't see that that's anything particularly special.
I think the word special has just been
that's nothing to do with it. It's
when
just
really it's the special thing is David Tennant's back, Donna's back, RTD's back, and that's probably it is special in the sense of the way they acted together in this episode really blended. It showed how they connected more as characters. It didn't need anyone. It was so cleverly written like that. And the fact that he brought up the flux as well, which I honestly thought,
that's the bit I did like.
Something.
I like that because it reminded me of like when Doctor Who actually was well written. And that was that was a good.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is reductive. It's not really helping, though, is it, Bob?
Can I just give my opinion? Because I watched. I've only seen this once, and I really did enjoy the whole storyline.
Oh yeah, we haven't got to the point where you say how you feel about it. Yeah,
it's okay.
I was going to mention a sonic screwdriver missing, but John will just rip me apart. Like, so I'm not going to say anything. But the fact that this story was sort of self-contained on one spaceship, and it became a bit claustrophobic towards the end with the two dodgy doctors and Donnas trying to get to the proper Doctor and Donna. I just think it was a superbly written episode. The special effects in a couple of places might have been a bit shonky, but on the whole, it was great. The whole corridor scene on the length of the spaceship was superbly rendered. You could just see how far away everything was.
Well, just on that, Suki, though, the CGI, and I will concede, wasn't perfect through this episode. I don't think it was great.
No.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just CGI. We all know it. It's not really a spaceship, is it?
No.
But, I thought it was decent, but it certainly wasn't great.
There was bits in it where it wasn't really great. The one where the dodgy doctor sticks his head between his own legs and backwards, and I thought, okay, that does look a bit dodgy. And there was also a couple of places where you saw the Donna and the Doctor being chasing the two dodgy Doctor Donnas, and that was a bit dodgy. That was a bit. Not properly done by whoever did the SFX, but most of it was great.
But it's always been the story in Doctor Who, though, isn't it? That's what we appreciate.
God, you don't come there for the sets, do you?
No,
to be honest.
The story. I mean, having these two creatures at the end of time who can.
Well, just on that, I have a theory. Do you want to hear it?
Go on.
Yeah.
Right. The Doctor that does the invoking of the superstition with the salt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and I think it's something to do with vampires because of like, in the dark times there was vampires.
Oh yeah.
I think that might do something that allows the vampires to somehow, I don't know, whatever appear. It just might be the thing that might happen next season.
The thing there as well, if you look at the teeth. The Doctor and Donna's.
Same teeth as the one from that Venetian one.
Yeah, they did have
good spot. Good spot. Yeah.
Teeth. But the other reference I had was to the demons when the creature, when the Doctor and Donna both feel the heat suddenly go, and they're blowing cold air, breathing cold air, like the breath. That was from the demons where. When the creature, John Pertwee story, John.
It's from a bunch of horror stories throughout time.
But this is what it reminded me within Doctor Who, right? And I just thought maybe it was that. Somebody else has mentioned that this might also be the origins of Swarm and Azure. How did these two creatures?
I mean, I don't know what they are, but
the flux.
It's flux people.
Oh, is that them? Yeah.
They had that reference there. Somebody was saying that might be the origins of these guys.
Interesting.
Oh, that's a good call, boy.
But
there's a bunch of things.
It allowed you to start thinking of different other possibilities. So that's what I like when we watch some new Who. and we're all sitting there thinking, what if, what is this? And that, to me, it's done what it's meant to do.
Yeah.
Trigger something.
It's not a special because there are 75 Doctors from the past appearing in various forms, but it is what it is. Still a good episode of Doctor Who.
It was utilising those two people. They've only got them for one more episode, and I bet they thought, this is what it's for the fans.
It's because they can't afford Tennant's fee. We all know it.
We know, yeah.
It didn't help that before this episode was shown, they said redacted, 3 names redacted. And Russell T Davies says maybe that was maybe a mistake. And the 3 names were the actor who played Isaac Newton, the actress who played the cleaner sweeper lady at the beginning, and obviously Bernard Cribbins as Wilf. Those are the 3 names that were redacted, and they thought they'd keep that as a surprise, so they didn't give people prejudgment on this episode. Now, this is sort of Russell has says that this might have backfired in a way, like people were expecting past Doctors, past companions, all sorts of cast members to suddenly appear, and so the expectations went one way, and when it didn't materialise, they all says, "Oh, this episode," and just went like that. I don't know if Bob, was you expecting people from the past to be in
No, I had no idea about this, whatever you're saying. I had no idea people didn't like this or like this. I've no idea. I don't get involved in all that, so I don't know. I can only just tell you.
No, I'm just asking on your thing. Was you expecting people from the past?
No. Just was expecting a special episode of Doctor Who because it's a special.
It did feel a little bit like, remember Thingy from Mars? What's that one? The David Tennant one. Oh, what's it called?
Which one?
Water on Mars.
Which is also shit.
It felt a little bit like that in the way of the long corridors, the darkness.
The running down corridors.
The creepiness about it.
A little bit of Ark in Space, then, if we're going to go down that route.
Yeah.
There's a lot of callbacks to previous episodes and that sort of thing. As it says, as John said, the Ark in Space, long spaceship just floating in space. Yeah. There's also somebody going on about Planet of Evil having a thing right at the end of the universe, a planet at the end of the universe.
I've got a thing as well. You know the bit at the beginning with Isaac Newton, yeah? Mm-hmm. And then he said of gravity, mavity, and then it gets adopted in time, and therefore when they move forward, it's called mavity instead of gravity. Mm-hmm. This is something significant what happened here that affects the time as well and ripples through.
Yeah, it certainly might be something that continues throughout the next season, unless it's an indication if you start to use gravity as a word. It might be an indication that it was in a different place or a different whatever.
Well, that beginning scene was just a throwaway scene, just a little
standard Doctor Who.
A little comedy bit opening.
Comedy bit opening up, and so it just, if they decide to carry on with the whole Mavity bit, it'll be in the next episode, because that way people remember.
Would have remembered that,
from the week before. But I can't see it going into next season.
I think it was funny though. I just think it might have just been a funny thing that they did for just a comedic thing in the episode.
I also think it's funny how people kicking off.
People kick off about everything.
What are they kicking off about? Because it was pointless and they should have just not bothered. No, because awesome at the beginning.
Just because people don't like. I mean, the amount of people I've seen that saying, Doctor Who stopped at 12th Doctor. Everything after that is not canon and all that bullshit. It's just fucking old people being stupid twats.
Well, yeah,
just fucking get a grip. It's a Doctor Who.
Right.
It's Doctor Who. Just watch it.
For me, I get the fun of it.
And Stop expecting it to be fucking whatever you want.
Well, no, I'm just like, for me, this episode, that beginning bit, whatever, like it was quite funny doing the gravity thing and all that, but it wasn't for this episode. You know what I mean? Like Doctor Who's at its best when it's based on the siege, which this was. Doctor Who's at its best when you've got the tension. Doctor Who's at its best when you're doing this kind of thing, but it wasn't executed very well. We've had this before.
I disagree.
I thought it was badly written, badly edited. The tension wasn't there. Whereas if you've got a Stephen Moffat script, I keep saying Stephen Moffat because he's the best.
Yeah, but Stephen Moffat's no longer the fucking showrunner, Bob. So there's no point in treading that path.
No, but I'm saying
just move forward with
it. Get a writer in that can do this genre properly.
He can do it. It was perfectly fine. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good episode.
Yeah.
And if you didn't like it, that's fine.
It was just whatever in it. It's just
I
Doctor
don't
Who,
know. I
whatever.
feel like, yeah.
I enjoyed it. And to be honest, Stephen Moffat, he writes the dark stories, but he also written himself into a lot of corners, which he couldn't get out of, like the crack one.
It was also a little homage to like, well, there was The Thing, just like, and also what is that one with Sam Neill?
Oh, Deep Entity.
I don't know. Event Horizon. I don't know.
Horizon. That's it.
Event Horizon. Yes.
Yeah, just like it felt like a little bit of a pastiche of those, which was nice because it was a bit of gory horror stuff in there. It might have freaked out people because of the big hand and suddenly just, ooh. But yeah, that is quite freaky. And it's not something you expect to see particularly.
The special effects hands, they were superb, and the legs.
Well, they were practical, weren't they?
Yeah, they were actual proper hands, and I just thought that was superbly done. Right, instead of having really dodgy CGI to make the hands look, they actually had proper prosthetics and stuff like that.
There was still dodgy CGI for the jaw moment, but you know, let's be honest, it was dodgy.
When did you guys? I'm going to just say I noticed straight away when the Doctor and Donna just separated, and then the dodgy Doctor and Donna suddenly turned. I noticed straight away. I said to my daughter and my son who was watching with me, I says, "Those are not the Doctor Donna when they appeared." Yeah. Right, did you guys notice it straight away, or did you take it all?
Well, it just felt for the running of the story at that moment in time, it would have to be the opposite. But what I didn't expect is her to have all those memories and start asking him about things. And his change of expression was really good. And
does the real Donna actually not know, or did she just lie into him?
I think she's slyly doesn't want to bring it up.
Oh yeah, she's lying to him.
Yeah, I think the same. I think she's known ever since she had their memories back.
She knows what hurts him. She
might know more about the Doctor than the Doctor knows about himself, though, because he blocks stuff out from himself.
Yeah.
Then she might have seen that, so she might know stuff. She might know where he's from.
Can I just say one thing as well? I don't know if this is going to be a running thing from each one. So the last time we've seen the Doctor, obviously David Tennant, it's got the glass door. The first one, glass door. This one, glass door. Then the third one, is that going to be his ending? It's going to be that glass.
Is this glass door trilogy?
Glass door trilogy.
It won't be a trilogy because it's happened before.
Quadrilogy.
Yeah, 3 in a row. You could do 3 in a row. Glass.
It just says funny. Glass. That's why it's always.
Thematically, it worked, doesn't it? It also worked because the Doctor and Donna acting as aliens trying to be them was really well done. It was like you always knew which Doctor you were looking at.
What if as well? The reason he's back is it's a different timeline, a parallel universe.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking about the Mavity thing. That might be proof of it, that might continue or not, depending on whether that's the case.
And that might be the way. And maybe the beginning of the next one, they might say gravity, and no one thinks about it until there's a point where someone says gravity, and it's boom.
Yeah,
boom.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at the little skit that they did with Davros, it does say in there timelines are corrupted.
Yeah.
So that sort of explain why there was a human Davros. So if timelines are corrupting there, it might be corrupting even more. And Cliff's saying it might actually be.
Have you had a theory epiphany?
I've got another one. I've got a theory epiphany. Right. Just think, right? Everything's going to be messed up for the last one. You can imagine all things combining together. David Tennant does something. Donna Noble's daughter's there, Rose. He turns and goes, Rose. It's the fucking first Rose.
Ooh, oh yeah, I'm thinking that they might have
Billy Piper,
the original Billy Piper, just
because he's just assuming it's Rose, and he goes, "Oh fucking, it's Rosie Rose."
Yeah, all this redacted stuff that Russell T Davies is another red herring. He says, "Oh no, I maybe misjudged that bullshit. This is all to build
on
up to
purpose,
that.
and it's building it up." Yeah,
he's not stupid.
The redacted's only for this second episode, so
you say, you say that.
It's not for the third. I think most of the cast have all been.
Is Bernard in the third one?
Don't spoil me for the third one.
Oh, sorry. Well, I was going to put. There's a message I'm going to put that Russell T Davies has actually put up. If anybody wants to know,
to be perfectly fair, I saw it. I'm not that spoiled. I don't give enough of the shit, to be honest. So yeah, you can spoil it for me.
Okay, well, we can go to that end scene of the episode where Bernard Cribbins is there. He's sitting there, like Donna said. He'd be the only one of the family that would actually sit there day in, day out, just waiting. Whereas the others would be there for a week and then maybe they'll move on. But Bernard would be the only one, and that was the only scene that Bernard Cribbins as Wilf actually filmed. He did turn up for the shoot. He did turn up for the read through, and then he turned up for the shoot, and he was supposed to be in the third episode, but between the second and the third episodes, he unfortunately passed away. So that was his final scene. That's what you got in loving memory of Bernard Cribbins for both this and for the Doctor.
So did he film something for the first episode that wasn't shown?
He only filmed for the second episode.
Definitely. All right, because it sounds like they could have manipulated that if he died by the third. So
no, because the way they.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's fine. I agree with you. Yeah. I understand. I just was thinking it could be off something else. No. But if it's not, then fine.
Yeah. No, the way it looked, David Tennant greets him. It looked like that was the first time he'd seen himself. It wasn't nothing for the first episode, and I assume they were going to go straight into the third with him, but unfortunately he passed.
Maybe in the third one, you just see a wheelchair moving away on its own.
Oh my god!
I'll pack off
the clash of the wheelchairs with that girl.
I'll put the message up that Russell T Davies did put up about Bernard, and you'll be able to see what's been planned for the final episode for him. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that's actually want to watch next week's episode on the podcast. But,
tell Bob then. He'd be fine.
I can't tell Bob. No, Bob doesn't like spoilers.
I don't think he cares at this point.
I don't think he does neither.
I've got Craig's bit.
Oh, cool. Let's read out Craig's.
No.
And I've read it twice, so I know what I'm about to say.
Good lad.
Ready? Wow, boo. Wow,
in Craig's voice, please.
Craig's
voice.
Wow, Blue Yonder.
Is this going to be offensive? I might have to switch this off.
No. Well, it certainly made people talk. It's no surprise that I enjoyed this, though it felt more of an everyday story that was midway through a series than an anniversary special. That's what Bob said. Yeah. Thought it was great use of the acting skills of Tennant and Tate, and great chance for them to shine, do something different while showing their talents. They are guest stars, and why not utilize them? And of course, save budget for an explosive finale. I said that. There were some fabulous special effects, but just occasionally the CGI shape shifting looked limited, and the sound mix, you said that, made it tricky to fully understand what they were saying. The reference to the flux has me clapping like a giddy dolphin. Ha ha, timeless child critics, total respect for RTD for embracing it. All that redacted names nonsense just makes me cross at the Doctor Who community. Can't people just enjoy it? Love the return of Wilf. Who wouldn't? My 2 words. Oh, I'll give you that later.
All right. And any predictions about what his 2 words might be?
No, I'm not going to, because I'd love to hear what he thinks. Is there any other points that you guys want to make on this?
I thought the alien was quite nice. That was quite interesting. And the robot, whilst was definitely a nod to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Definitely.
It was still great. It was still looked actually pretty damn cool, that robot.
Anything where they put a big fuck off red button has to be loved.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, this is the Daleks. That's what I said straight away. This is the Daleks.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Again, it has to be written quite well to just have those two actors. That was it. So
yeah, I think it knitted together really well as a story. It certainly wasn't a special, but it was certainly a Doctor Who episode, and it was definitely up there in terms of my favorite episodes, because it was just. I think I also don't like stories set in London. I think that's my northern, like, fuck off London all the fucking time.
All the time.
But yeah, so I was quite happy for it to be set an actual sci-fi spacey one. I thought that made me feel better about it, and that's why I was quite positive for it all the way through. Nice, interesting design, and the fact that they went creepy, scary at times as well, and also the dialogue between Tate and Tennant was excellent. I thought the nods to Timeless Child and things like that were artfully put in, and the issue about where the Doctor's actually from. It's seeing Tennant react to that in the same way in the same way as Jodie did when she was found out.
Yeah,
It's you can see a continuity there, and I'm interested to find out where it goes next.
I'm hoping to bring those vampire strange
the aliens,
people back
the
in.
non things,
because you could do so much with that. You could have someone in unit for like fucking years, and then all of a sudden they come out.
Well, yeah, you could do that with anything, though, couldn't you?
Yeah.
If those creatures have survived somehow at the end of time on the edge of the universe, they would still possibly still have the Doctor's knowledge. And they could, if they wanted to.
Yeah, so
salvage whatever's there and create something where they can.
Yeah, there's loads of
there's
little hooks that have been dropped there. Yeah.
The only, I just thought it was a good episode, really good episode. I did like Tennant and Tate. It was basically them the whole episode, as good guys and bad guys. I like the fact that the Doctor chose the wrong Donna at the end, and only because her arm was a few inches longer, which is sort of foreshadowed earlier in the episode when they couldn't get the arms right. That he thought, okay, I'll just check this.
They did that really well, actually. The Donna that was left on there, thinking that's it, and you do get very well hung on. They edit it in such a way that you genuinely reach the point where you think, oh, he's going to come and rescue, and then oh fuck, he's not. This might be the end of Donna, and then he comes and rescues her. Yeah. It was very well done in terms of timing, that one.
I like the ramp, which suddenly lifts up and throws people out, right, which is a good idea. But they could, if they wanted to, could have promoted the end of this episode quite well. Not the Bernard Cribbins bit, but the bit where Donna the dodgy Donna actually dies by releasing that as a clip beforehand, and it could have just gone like that.
You manipulative bastard, Suki.
What's going on here? She's actually
stop
died.
messing with our emotions. You bastard.
She could have done like that.
I actually think she might die in the third one.
Yeah,
I can't see that happening.
Well, she's a mother, and why wouldn't they just kill the mother?
Twice she's just missed out on it.
I can't see that happening. I can't see Russell T Davies deciding to end this trilogy.
This is just this series of 3. It's just a little cast back to that period. It's a little celebrity. Yeah. That's the special aspect of it. The fact that we've got Tennant doing Doctor again. I don't know what more you want out of it, to be honest.
I watched the
bedtime story. You get Hartnell turning up and...
There's a CBeebies bedtime story, so I downloaded it off iPlayer and I sat and watched that. It's all right, 5 minutes of little children's fun. I should have watched that with a grandkid.
Yeah.
Should have watched it with a grandkid.
Do you mean you didn't? All right.
I watched it by myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got next week's episode to come, The Giggle, which will bring Neil Patrick Harris as the toy maker. And they
didn't need to announce all that. Why did they need to announce Neil Patrick Harris? Wouldn't that have been a fucking mega surprise in your manipulative world of TV manipulation, Suki?
They could have done, but this time round, Neil Patrick Harris is probably more well known.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Who is he? I've no idea who he is. People keep going on about this big famous actor, but I don't know who he is.
But that's your problem, not anybody else's.
I'm asking a question. Who is he?
He's a child actor from.
He did that. It's a Sin as well as in that one.
What's It's a Sin?
So
Doogie Howser.
Russell T Davies did this.
Lemony Snicket
program on Channel 4, and it was about the beginning of AIDS, and he was in it.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I reckon that's why
What was his childhood? Was he
Doogie Howser, MD?
Yeah, Doogie Howser. That's it. Yeah.
Well, was he Doogie Howser?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no! I loved that TV show when I was a kid. Doogie Howser was epic. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Word perfect they used. I remember because I was obsessed with that font.
No, Doogie Howser was brilliant. Yeah, I was obsessed. I had my Amstrad CPC for 6 I used to pretend I was Doogie Howser.
I've done that as well. But it's not tragic. It's real.
Oh right, I know. I totally know who he is. I don't know why that would make him a big famous actor. Being Doogie Howser MD about.
He's been in loads
years
of popular stuff, and he's a really well known TV actor.
I don't know him from anything else apart from Doogie Howser MD. So I don't know why.
Your Mother. Have you watched that sitcom?
No.
It was on for about 11 years, 12 years.
It's the Lemony Snicket things that I thought he was brilliant at.
Yeah, Lemony Snicket.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Seen that.
Yeah.
So he's a well-known actor around the world.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
he's but then there's
Starship Troopers.
Oh yes, he was in there.
He was the dressed as a Nazi guy.
Right.
But everyone's like like he's a big famous actor. I don't know. Like
he is fairly big and famous.
He's fairly
cool.
Famous, yeah. But then there's also returning characters as well for next week. So are we all looking forward to next week's episode?
Don't know anything about it, so we'll find out.
I've been trying to avoid it though, so I don't want to know about any past characters or anything.
And also, my not caring about stuff means I don't particularly read up on anything, so I'm not going to get spoiled, so I'm not bothered. Apart from Neil Patrick Bloody Harris being in it, which is annoying.
Doogie Howser MD.
Yeah, could have known. It would have been a really nice surprise to see a big actor like that sort of appear. Right, nothing.
They might get another big actor coming on without you knowing.
Well, there's another returning character from the past in next week's episode, but I will spoil it for you.
Stuart.
Is it William Hart?
No, not just not just Kate Stewart. Shall we just have our final thoughts and 2 words as well, please? So again, top left, Cliff. And you might as well do Craig's as well.
Okay, I will do. I enjoyed it. It was good. It wasn't as everybody said like a big special, but the dynamics between them both really worked well. It will be a shame that they go in because obviously the next week will be the last one with them, and I'm looking forward to next week. My 2 words is 2 words are well, Craig's is gay doctor.
Oh right, really?
Yes, yes. There was a little scene in there.
And mine is suspenseful breasts.
Wow.
Totally
on point, on form like that.
Oh yeah, well,
what you expect.
Go on, John.
What final words? Yeah.
Final thoughts and 2 words, please.
Final thoughts being, if this is the quality of Doctor Who we're getting, I'm going to really enjoy next season. So let's roll on. 2 words. What was yours, Chips?
Suspenseful breasts.
No, I'm not going down that route. I will say professorially practical because it's 2 words that I start with the word P. I didn't have one prepared. It's okay. Just go and move forward.
Oh, we'll go with that. Bob.
Yeah. What do you want?
Any final thoughts? And
what do you want?
What do you want?
You know the fucking format, Bob.
Yeah, just get Moffat. That's my 2 words, and that'll do for this bloody episode.
Superb. Cheers, Bob. Love it. Yes, I thought it was a great episode. It's not fantastic. It's not shit neither. And I just think it was great, good. And I like, as I said, the interplay between Tate and Tennant. And love to see Bernard Cribbins back. And I can't wait for the final episode in this little trilogy of so-called specials. But
2 words,
and my 2 words are weirdly wacky.
Weirdly, I think it might help. It might help if I didn't find them both incredibly jarring, particularly in this episode. Donna and the Doctor.
You should have seen them when they first appeared in 2000 or whatever. They were fucking annoying then.
No, well, back then I liked it. You see,
Runaway Bride.
Telly, but now I'd never go back and watch it again, that era, really, unless we really had to.
That's maybe why you're not enjoying these things as well.
I'm just
that's
a bit
probably contributed to that as well.
I think it's just a worry for me about the writing. Like, it's just going to be soft, and it's going to be
bullshit.
But no, I think it'll be. I'm just a bit. Well, whatever. Next week better be amazing. And if it's not, then I worry for Shooty. Bless him.
I mean, you're going to have to worry for Shooty because the same people that didn't like Jodie are probably not going to like Shooty either. So.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't mean like. I just mean like.
No, I meant that's going to be the case. That entirely independent of you, but.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? But I think he shows a bit of promise from what I can see and tell.
Yeah, well, I'm watching Sex Education, the final season of that.
We're not seeing any of that.
Yeah, but you're watching The Upper Hand at the same time, Suki. So your TV choices aren't to be chosen, wisely, are they?
I don't care what
The
you think.
Upper Hand.
I like what I like.
I know you do. That's the problem.
Oh, talking of excellent writing, our Cliff's written a book, hasn't he? Should we tell everyone and promote it? Because it's awesome. I'm on chapter 3 and I'm actually really enjoying it, Cliff.
I'm ahead of Bob.
It's genuinely good. Like I know this sounds like a thing, but it's genuinely really good.
I mean, I had no problem saying that before. Yeah, Blue Hills by Clifford Shepherd on Amazon. We will put a link into the show.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know how to do that, but yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if you don't either, to be honest. I mean, it's just the way it is.
But check it out.
I'll put it on Twitter as well. But Cliff, you want to talk a little bit about your book, mate?
Talk about your book.
Oh yeah. It's a book. It starts off. This is book 1. It's a family saga. It starts off in 1940. It's about.
Have you got something prepared for when you get asked this question? Because you really should have a paragraph prepared.
Yeah, should have something.
Yeah. No, sorry. Carry on. Yeah.
And then it follows this family in Salford and what happens to them, and all the way up to 1950s. And then book 2 will come out, and that carries on the story. It's roughly based on my family as well. So
bunch of scurries.
There's
a lot of Robin. No.
It's genuinely brilliant. I kind of thought, I'm gonna have to read it because you've put loads of time and effort into it, and it's something that you've done. So I have to do it as my friend. But I'm really enjoying it to the point where I'm gonna get my mum. I'm gonna buy one.
I'm gonna buy a copy for my mum. Yeah.
My
mum will love this World War II sort of era thing.
Yeah. So like Catherine Cookson kind of thing. But
and my name is in the back. So
Why's your name in the back?
Because I do D&D every week.
Yeah. Acknowledgement.
Am I in the
He's
book?
a favourite. That's why he's a favourite.
You might be a character. Does he not mention Bob? 3 Bob Nut? I don't know.
I wonder
if he does. I'm going to burn it.
I'd like to know how Cliff will be able to get my name into this. Okay, he's an Indian mate from somewhere. Anyway, but do you want to? I'll give you the last 2 paragraphs that you got on the back of the book, just for a little. What it's written is: Blue Hills follows the bridges through the war-torn days to the vibrant era of the 1950s. While love may face its share of trials and the shadows of a criminal underworld loom, the heart of this family beats strong. With laughter as their armor and unity as their shield, they demonstrate that no matter how daunting the odds, family bonds can conquer all. Blue Hills is a reminder that even the faintest glimmer of humor and the warmth of togetherness can pierce through the bleakest of times. Join the bridges on a journey that promises to touch your heart and leave you with a renewed appreciation for the resilience of the human spirit.
Yeah.
I vote we get Suki to read the audiobook.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll do it. I don't mind doing
this.
He
will. He will. It's tragedy.
The thing is...
That's how you fucking years.
Not...
You see the size of the book? Put the book up on the screen. Look at the size of it. It's massive.
I'll talk about this after we stop recording.
Do you know? I'll tell you the things I like about the things I really like about it. The chapter lengths, good, aren't they? Because like it's just enough in it, and then you can and then if you want to do 2 in a night, if you're feeling a bit more well paced, wicked characters, really well written. I
love the local vernacular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That feels very real. It's like reading Ruddy Doyle.
Yeah. But
I've got to say, have you ever read Trainspotting?
Yeah, I read Trainspotting.
It's like that. It feels like that when you're reading it.
I'm finishing this podcast on the positive note because your book is brilliant. Who was the editor? I need to ask this question.
Oh, I had 2. One Claire Serkis, and the other one was Mary. They're both at the back of the place at the back of the book.
God bless them.
Without them, so many times they got really annoyed with me.
Claire Serkis and Mary McRae Watson.
Yeah,
but I just think like it's amazing that you've actually put a book out there that's genuinely really good.
I am slightly annoyed though, because he sent us all a copy of his book, but I just bought the fucking Kindle version of Amazon. So you owe me $2.99, Sheps.
Right.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, big up. Get
no,
get
John,
get it.
you've already bought a copy for your mum now. You know,
Oh
you've got
shit!
the copy.
No, I can't
Yeah.
because it was a gift. I'm keeping it, but I might get an actual hard copy sent.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy
Yeah.
one for my mum for Christmas. I genuinely am. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Shit.
it's,
Yeah, I am too.
support the cause. Support the cause. No, it's not a sympathy thing. It's just genuinely.
I'll buy one for the family. In fact, let me just start buying them books. let me be 90% of his sales.
You know, yeah, I might get one for everyone.
that's
In fact, that's a
really good,
great
actually.
Christmas idea. Well, they'll get them out
Yeah.
in time for Christmas, before Christmas.
Yeah, well, Amazon. Yeah.
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 Take about 3 days.
Great Christmas present for everyone. Very affordable.
Ooh, thanks.
So we'll put a little link in the show notes, or we'll put it out on Twitter and on Facebook to Cliff's book. So please do look out for that. Please do purchase it, and if you do purchase it, please give him a very, very good 5-star review, please.
If you don't like it, don't give a review.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
if you
that's
don't
just
like
the
it,
only
obviously.
advice I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
Almost like Doctor Who, really.
If you don't like it, just drop us a note. We'll come around and beat you up. But there you go. So on behalf of the Cliff, John, and Bob, thank you for listening to Around the Console. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.